All right, everyone, and welcome to the channel. We are in Coe State Park near Morgan Hill, California. And this is a vast park. I think it's like 8,500 acres. There are a lot of trails back here. There's some fire roads and there's a lot of single tracks. And mountain bikes are allowed on a lot of the single tracks, which is really cool. Some of the ones that are near the what's called Coe Ranch, and there's a campground here. I'm camped here. As I said, most of the trails are available to mountain bikes, but there are a few where mountain bikes aren't allowed. And so this is, initially we're going to be on a fire road. You can see just how smooth and beautiful this is. I should also point out I'm on an e-bike today, and Class 1 e-bikes are allowed. Class 1 just means pedal assist. So if you just have a throttle kind of e-bike, a Class 2 or 3, that's not allowed. And I'm coming here to see the wildflowers, and if you look over here, you can see the poppies are up. This is early April. What is it, April 9th? I think I might be a little bit early for the wildflowers. Of course, it can vary depending on the climate, but last time I was here, I think it was around the 22nd of April, and there were a lot of wildflowers, so I think I might be a little bit early, but we'll see some. We'll see the early ones. This area is, a lot of it is marine layer, which got uplifted kind of severely. You can see the terrain out there. It's insane. And then there's a lot of volcanic ridges from a really long time ago that are present. So it's a mixture. It's great for hiking, backpacking, mountain biking. I think I need to take Hobbs Road here, the left-hand turn. So we'll try that. All right, I just checked my map and I do have a left turn coming up, but that one was not it. We should see it shortly and I'll show that to you so you know where it is. Should be just right up ahead. Okay, so this is, you can see the trails here. The one dead ahead, no mountain bikes. I don't know if that's all three of them or just, so this is the forest trail that I think I want to be on. No, I want to be on the Flat Frog Trail, which is this one over here. This is the trail I want to be on, the Flat Frog. I'm going to assume that's okay for bikes, and only this one here is not allowed for bikes. And now I remember the way I mapped it out. That first left-hand turn, which is the fire road, is also a viable way to go, but I just wanted to do the single track because I thought it would be more fun. And hopefully I'm not mistaken about it. I think it is mountain bike friendly. It is narrow, that's for sure. Oh, we see some wildflowers. Some yeller ones, nice. Well, if I had any doubt whether this was bike legal or not, there's your answer. It says caution, walk bike. This doesn't look too bad though. Whoa. Just need a little momentum. Okay, all right. Really nice trail. You see, it looks like they've done a little bit of clearing. The Conservation Corps folks are up here. And I talked to them yesterday, and they said they were doing fire clearing, but maybe they're doing a little bit of trail clearing. There's a couple more wildflowers. I think the wildflowers will be a little better later, but at least there's some, and that's part of the reason I came out here is to see some wildflowers. So another thing to keep in mind is later in the summer, of course, this can be extremely hot out here, so now is a good time of year to come go for the wildflowers and the modest temperature. Fall's also a good time to check it out. October, you know, when the weather cools off just a bit. It's rained recently, so it's nice and green. There's going to be a few puddles here and there, but nothing too bad. It's just so vast. All these beautiful oak trees. Fantastic. What a beautiful place to ride. Ooh, nice yellow wildflowers. These small reddish things are manzanita. There's a lot of manzanita in Coe. Tons of manzanita and oak. Those are the prevalent species. Of course, there's many more, but there's a lot of those too. All right, here's a nice section with a lot of shooting stars. Really like those. They're very pretty. I'm glad we got to see those. Yikes! All right, so here we are coming back out onto the fire road. I'm going to turn around. I'm going to show you when we were first coming in. You saw that fire road, and that was Hobbs Road, and that's this one over here to the right. This is Hobbs, and Flat Frog is one we just did, and you can see that it's well, I don't know how long the single track, but it's only 3 miles to the headquarters. So we've only done 3 miles, 2.9. So going a little slow, but we're all right. Got a little creek crossing here. Looks like a dry foot crossing. If I don't go too fast, let's see how this goes. Ooh, no, it wasn't quite the dry foot crossing. So now we gotta continue up this fire road for a while. The good news is we'll make better time, but it doesn't have quite the beauty of the single track. Well, there's the other trail right there. Okay, this is a perfect example of stupid steep Henry Coe fire road. This is probably 25% or something like that. Mellows out here a little bit, but that's where it's nice to have an e-bike. It just makes it a lot more manageable. You're still working hard, but you're not suffering quite as badly. All right, here's another super steep and ready path. And we're climbing up, so we're gonna have a nice view up here, I think. See the old grass there mixed with the new grass. All right, so we're cresting out the hill. Some nice views over that away. To the right, a little bit of a downhill here. Road's in decent shape. Little puddle down there. And some more uphills, some more puddles. We're at Middle Ridge Trail, and this is the one that we're going to take. So we're back on the single track now, so this should be really nice. It says Middle Ridge, so presumably we're on a ridge rather than in a ravine. But we'll see how this one goes. All right, so this trail is some pretty serious downhill, actually. And it's rooty to boot, so it's a little tricky, but rideable. Ooh, yikes. Came out to kind of a little bit of a meadow area. Here's another trail. So I think what we have here is 2.5 more miles of lovely single track. Just to give you the summary, this is really nice and easy here, but some of it has been a little technical and steep, rideable by a good rider, but very steep. And there was one section that was so steep I couldn't even make it with the mountain bike on low, and here's another one, super steep. Anyway, it's a mixture of technical and not so technical. This is super steep here. You definitely ride this. I turned up the boost, but I want to save battery. Difficult but rideable. And the other thing I want to point out is there is a fair bit of poison oak on this trail, and I'm really susceptible, so I was being very careful. Nice section of downhill here. A little rutted, but not bad. And then it opens up to a beautiful meadow and a view here. You can just see how rugged this Coe terrain is. There's so many steep ridges, one after the other. Oh, this is beautiful. You can see the trail going ahead up there. Very nice. All right, so we're whipping through the woods here. I got, I think, about 1.2 miles to go to get to the next trailhead in the Manzanita Madrone Forest. Gotta watch your head here and there. Whacked it once already, but not bad. Sorry about the brake noise, that's the front brake. It's a little squeaky. Oh, here's a head. There's a headbanger here. Oh. Oh, yeah. little gravelly, and some pine trees obviously up above me, but I can't look. Ooh, there's poison oak here. Ooh. That's not good. Yeah, you gotta watch out for poison oak, definitely. I think I hit some there on my hand. Not sure. Most of you know what it is. That's it on the left there. Try to point out again. Right on the left here, that's poison oak right there. Within the yellow flowers. I'll take a close-up of it so you have those of you not familiar with it. That stuff looks really oily. All right, there's a lot of downhill on this last section here, but you can see right here, the river is coming into view. I'll get the name of that and post it. I don't know exactly what it is, but this trail is characterized by a lot of downhill. We've been just going down, down, down. And the trail's in good shape. It's kind of loamy and not too rough, but it's a little rutty and rooty and steep in some places. This right here, if you look at right here, I'll point the camera down. That's kind of about as technical as it gets. I'm gonna walk it just because I'm out in the middle of nowhere. I don't want to take any risks. Don't want to fall off the bike here. And then you can see this fairly rocky section here. Not sure if I have to cross. Maybe I'll stay on this side. Looks a little growing in there, but there's going to be a trail, and I imagine what I'm going to do is climb out of here over to the Poverty Flat area. I think that's my next goal. All right, so here we are coming down to the river, and I'll just need to see what happens here. Whether we need to cross. It looks like we're going to have to cross. It's probably rideable, but I'm going to play it safe. See, the trail doesn't go over there, and I think I see it up that way, so just figure out where the best place. Well, you can kind of step on the rocks maybe. I might see if that works. All right, executive decision here. There's a couple of ways I could go here. I don't think I can walk across there without risking slipping and falling in, so I'm just gonna go with the old wet foot approach. It's nice and warm out today, so I'm not that worried about it. Let's see, there's rocks that you have to step on are wet and they could be slick, so. Oh, there's a fish right there. No, it's a froggy. Hey, Mr. Froggy. See right here? Come here, little buddy. There you go. All right, so now we got wet feet. That's the way it goes. Now we're back on the trail. All right, I figure now might be a good time to consult the map they gave me, figure out where we are. There's Middle Ridge. Okay, I see. This is the middle fork of Coyote Creek, and we're going to come to the main Coyote Creek just very shortly. This runs into Coyote Creek, and I think it's just a short distance, and then we're going to be at the Poverty Flat area, and that's where they have some campgrounds. These campground there. Nobody home, they're out hiking. Nice spot along the river with the wildflowers. Did all right. I just went for a day hike. You see that one in the stream bed here, a little rocky. Ugh. This is definitely rideable, but like I said, it's really easy to hit a mossy thing and slip and fall in the thing. And so far out in the middle of nowhere when my feet are already wet, there's no point in risking it. Oh, here's the trail over here. It goes this way. And then I think it should be a fire road right here somewhere. It's just up this little embankment. Looks like a ton of poison oak in here. This more yellowish, reddish stuff is poison oak. Oh yeah, here we go. Here's a trailhead. Okay, so this is Poverty Flat Road right here. And I think I'm gonna go start heading back. But it is an option to keep heading out. Oh my God, look how steep that is. That's crazy, that sign right there. It says Coe headquarters, 3.3 miles. I can't imagine it's that short, but maybe it is. All right, so I made the decision to continue in this direction, and I'm gonna head for Poverty Flat area. And that's a camping area, and it's not very far. And then there's a trail I want to call called the Creekside Trail. I'm not sure if the Creekside Trail is bikeable or not. Now this looks, oh dear, a little deep. It's not that deep, halfway up to the hub. Definitely makeable. I just blew it. This one's probably safe to ride. It's not, well, this is a little sketchy here, but I'm not sure why they don't just keep you on that side of the creek. Somebody put a rock cairn over there, like maybe you actually can do it, but maybe they don't want you to. Hello. I didn't want to startle you. How's it going? Where are you headed?
Campsite up there.
Oh, did you hike in today?
Yeah, this is my first day.
And then how long are you going to stay?
A couple days.
Okay. All right, well, you have a good old time. You're almost at your campground, right? Yeah, I think it is. I think it's right up here. All right, so you can see right here, this is the China Hole Trail. This is the one we want. And I think China Hole is going to take us up and over. There's another one called the Cougar Trail, which doesn't sound that appealing. It looks really steep, so I think the China Hole Trail is more zigzaggy. So I suspect that it might be a little bit more rideable. So I'm kind of banking on that. This is another one I definitely wouldn't want to ride. Too many slick rocks. We're going to connect to the China Hole Trail over here somewhere. My map shows that it's not right away. You got to go on the Creekside Trail for a while, but maybe that just means we ride along the creek for a bit. Well, this doesn't look like a well-traveled trail. We're really remote. Nice being along the creek. Oh, and this is the main Coyote Creek here. We're riding along now. And I suspect even though the sign said China Hole, I think it meant to China Hole. And this part of it is called the Creekside Trail. You can really see into rocky. Oh my God. That's pretty rough. Better walking trail, honestly. All right, so the Creekside Trail. This is definitely the Creekside Trail. And it is definitely not bike friendly. I think it's about a mile. And I either need to turn around very soon or be willing to tough this out. But if it's like this, this is just really, it's just kind of too hard. Of course, this bike's too heavy to carry in it, so definitely a hike-a-bike situation. As you look ahead there, it just looks really socked in. So I'm going to abort. Sorry, this one didn't work out. Back onto Poverty Flat Road here, and apparently the Cougar Trail is right up here on the left somewhere. And that would take me up and over the ridge. But I think it's going to be kind of steep, A and B. I don't particularly want to see any cougars. But I'm just looking for, there it is, there's a sign up ahead. So this is definitely a camping area because you can see there's an outhouse there and a picnic table over that away. And this must be the trailhead. Yeah, that sign there says Poverty Flat. And that right there is the Cougar Trail. It takes you to Manzanita Point, which is where I kind of wanted to go, but if you look at that ridge, it just kind of goes kind of straight up, and I don't want to get into more hike-a-bike situations. So I think what I'm going to do is just kind of take this road back, start heading back. I've been very judicious about using my battery. I still have 85%. So that means I'll be able to use some juice to get up the steep hills. Whoa, boy! Oh. That deep part was kind of difficult, but I made it. This Poverty Flat Road is extremely steep. I had to turn the bike up to the medium setting just to make it. It's like, these steep pitches are like, you know, like 30%. It's just crazy. A little crest here, we can get a breather. This is unbelievable. You know, I haven't been filming this, but it just goes up and up and up and up and up and up. It's really steep all the time. I mean, I'm guessing we've gone up 1,500 feet in just a couple miles. I'm guessing this is going to be the top, or might roll along the ridge a little bit, but we'll stop and have a look at this sign here. Yeah, so that's Manzanita Point Road. My plan was to come back on that one if I'd been able to make that Creekside Road work, but well, then it says China Hole is 3.5 miles, so that's the way I would have come up. Another summit up there, but who knows, that might be the last one, we'll see. Oh my God, this is beautiful. Lots of poppies up here, super smooth trail, the grades mellowed out. It's pretty tolerable. What is this? That is the Ridge View. It's only 0.1 mile. I think we ought to do it. All right, so there's some outhouses up there. Kind of a yurt kind of thing. Picnic tables. This must be a campground. Obviously no water though. Yeah, here's a nice campground with a overlook. All right, coming out of here, you can see over that way there's more camps. I'm actually gonna turn left here and just see where this goes. It probably ends, I think it's just the campground road, but there might be a couple of more camps over here, or perhaps a better view, who knows? It looks like all the campgrounds are concentrated right there. Oh, it's got a nice view in the distance. Oh, there's some picnic tables right there. So that's a camp, and they have a nice view in the distance there of all the ridges. I'll take a pano with the other camera. All right, folks, well, here I am outstanding in a field of poppies. This is the Ridge View camp area. I've just stopped over there with my bike by the picnic tables. I got this sandwich I made. I'm going to eat it. I'm not going to force you to watch me, but I do want to give you just a nice kind of panorama view of the area. It's just a beautiful meadow up here. We're at kind of the top of the hill, near the top of the hill, 2,500 feet. And we just have a splendid view, and over that way is Gilroy, and over there is Morgan Hill, and we're headed kind of that way, or kind of that-ish way, back to the Coe Ranch Campground, and I don't think it's that far. All right, folks, so we just passed the Frog and Fish Trail back there, and that's the one we took this morning, the first single track. So we're now back on the fire road that we came in on, which means we're only like a mile from the Coe campground, or a mile or two. Tomorrow we're going to try another adventure, and if you like this one, I hope you come along on that one as well. Thanks for coming along on this adventure. Look down below for some other videos you might want to watch. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Until next time, thanks for watching.